Hello, good morning. This is Janice from Measuring to Fit. I help people get started on sewing with the home sewing machine. That's what I do. So, just in case this is your first time watching me on the whether it's YouTube or on the Facebook, do know that I love to help people get started on sewing and sewing on the sewing machine. So I have free tutorials which is available on my Facebook page. You can look for Measuring to Fit and you'll be able to see some of my free tutorials there, as well as on my YouTube channel. You will be able to also see some of my free tutorial there. Other than free tutorial, I also have the paid tutorials, which is systemized tutorials that help people get started on sewing, because that is my focus. I love to take the puzzle out of sewing and help people in a step-by-step way to get started on sewing. So I have paid tutorials as well. So you can also go onto my Measuring to Fit Facebook page as well as my YouTube to connect with me. And then we will let you know more about my paid one. So the thing that I'm very happy to announce also today is that I am here. In case you're not aware, I'm here in Malaysia. And we here in Malaysia, mainly we have four language that we can speak. But in school, we actually can learn our national language, which is the Bahasa Malaysia, we call it. And then we can speak English, which obviously now I'm speaking English. And then some of us can speak Mandarin, and some of our friends can speak Tamil, because we do have Tamil school. So because we have a number of languages that we can speak as Malaysian here in Malaysia, I have actually come up with two set of courses for beginners. One is the beginners course in English, and one is in Bahasa Malaysia, which is our national language. So in case you are in Malaysia and looking to learn sewing for a start, and your primary language is Bahasa Malaysia, I do have my course in Bahasa Malaysia as well. So two languages is available here. So I have actually not been appearing live for I think about 3 weeks already, since our full lockdown here in Malaysia. And I haven't been doing live. It's not that because my live session have more people helping me. Actually, I'm doing this all on my own, without any technicians around. So too bad with me. But today, the previous videos were on different techniques on scraps. If you like to look at it, please do go onto my Facebook page or my YouTube channel and you'll be able to see them. They are free tutorials. Today, I am talking about this. I do realize as beginners, and if you go out to buy supplies, one of the very important item on your sewing machine is your sewing machine needle. And I think to you, if you are a beginner, it is quite puzzling. Which needle do you buy? Yes, so today I really want to help you to understand a bit more about your home sewing machine. Here I'm only talking about the home sewing machine. Whether you have a pedal type of sewing machine or electronic, they are portable home sewing machine. Your pedal ones may have a table and they may be still portable, but it's bulkier to handle, but they are still the home sewing machine and not the industrial sewing machine. So the home sewing machine, whether it's the pedal or the portable electronic ones, whether it's computerized, as long as it's home sewing machine portable, you will use the same type of needle. So I'm talking about the home sewing machine here. So the first thing that you need to know when you get your needle is you have a code. Let's see. the code on your needle packaging, which is this one. Let me try to point to it here. Here. Okay, this one may not be able to show so clearly because it's in white. So the code is here. Sorry, I'm not blocking it. Okay, the code is here. And this one you may be able to see clearly. Okay, and you see the code HA. That is the code. For needles, we do have code. Okay, so for home sewing machine, perhaps H is something that you can relate to. Home sewing machine, your code is H. Right. So this is another brand of the sewing machine, needle brand. You can see. I'm not sure you can see. Okay. There is the code as well, and the code is. Let me see. The code is here. Here. And it is still H-SUK. Okay, that is the home sewing machine. And okay, that is the code for you to get. Even the Singer machine. Let's have a look at the Singer machine. Okay, now the other code that is on others sewing machine needles are this in the Singer. Can you see the 2020? The 20 series is also the code for home sewing machine. Sometimes it'll be 2020, sometimes it's 2045. Yes, so these are the code for home sewing machine. HA or the 20 series. Okay, now the other thing you will notice is the numbering or the reading numbers on your sewing machine, on your sewing machine needles. And so can I, this one is very obvious, 11-75. The code is on top, HA, and then you have the 11/75. You have this. Oh, okay. This one you can see very clearly, the HA. Yes. And the reading number is 14/90. So this one is very clear. This printing is very clear. So what are all these reading about? This one may be a bit more difficult. Okay. HA still and 18/110. So just let me explain all these numberings to you. Why 14 and why 90? Why 14/90? Okay, the 14, that number, the first number is actually the US reading number, I would call it. And then 90 is actually the European grading number for the needle. So you do have 11 and then 11/75, right? And then you do have 14/90, and then you do have 18/110. What is all these numbers about? These numbers tell you the type of material that you can sew with the needle. So the smaller the needle, the finer the fabric. For example, if you use 11, or you can because I don't sell needles, so I don't carry all the range of the needles. You can get from 9 up to 21, talking about the US reading. So 9 and 11 will be for very fine fabric like silk, chiffon, very thin fabric. So if you use bigger needles, bigger number needles, you will probably spoil your fabric. And why some people, when they sew, they're using the wrong needle, we can actually have puckering on our fabric. So using the right needle is important to help you have a successful project as well. So for normal sewing, when you are working with cotton, medium weight fabric, cotton, linen, yes, a 14 will do. 13 or a 14 will do. Yes? And if you are working with jeans, 16, this is an 18, okay? So these are some of the machine needle type that is available. So see, the reading is 16. They don't have the European reading here because this SKC is a Japanese needle and they choose to use the US system. But once you know HA, you know it's a home machine. And 16, you can use it on your jeans and canvas and the more heavyweight fabric. So for 18, I was having an 18. Here you can use for thicker fabric like the leather, the PVC. And if you have many layers there, right? So I hope you now understand how to read the coding and the numberings on the needle packaging. So in Malaysia, we have this organ needle brand. We have the SKC brand. We also have this Smash. I'm not sure whether I'm pronouncing it correctly. Smash, which is a German needle. And they have their sizes in this numbering. Yes. And we also have this Class A, which you can buy, the Class A brand of needle. You can buy it from, I can get Class A needles from Spotlight if you are in the Klang Valley. Yes, you can also get the Singer needle. Can I please comment on the Singer needle from experience? Singer needles is suitable for Singer sewing machine, but we have found it to be not suitable for other sewing machine, other brands like the Brother, the Janame, the Juki machine, and the Bernina. Definitely, I don't think a Singer needle is suitable. So buy the Singer needle only if you have a Singer sewing machine. Whereas if you're using all the rest, the organ needles, the SKC needles, the Smash needles, I'm not sure how to pronounce this German word, a Smash, yes, needle, you can use it on all your home sewing machine. That's from experience. Yes. So other than understanding the code, the HA code, so if you have sewing machine needles that has this code DB, can you see the DB? DC, some are UO. These will not be for your home sewing machine. This is not for your home sewing machine. This is also organ needle, but the code is DB. And their reading is still 75/11, but it is not suitable for home sewing machine. This is DB, the code DB. Can be DC, can be UO, no, cannot use for home sewing machine. Yes, please understand that. So other than the code and the numberings on your needle, we also have what I will call it the specialty needle, and it will be labeled on your what I find is only on the smash needle, the German needle, and also on the Class A needle, this brand Class A, they organ needle, they also have, whereby they put there like this one, like this one, they put there top stitch. So these are specialty needles where if you are working on special project, you're doing a lot of top stitching, top stitch needles actually has a larger eye so that if you use a thicker thread, it can go through the eye easier. Yes, and you will also smash needle. You see this needle, it's called the quilting needle. Yes, quilting needle means if you are doing quilting, you should use the quilting needle because quilting needles go through battings. Because if you do quilting, if you are a person who quilt, you will be having batting underneath your top layers and you have a number of layers. So use the quilting needle for quilting purposes. If you are doing embroidery, they will also have embroidery needle. So those are what we call specialty needle. So the other range of needle that I really want to point out that you need to know about is what I will call this one, ballpoint needle, or in the smash, they have, read the word, can you read the word jersey needles? Or here, they put there stretch needle. Very clearly is stated. So this jersey, stretch, and ballpoint needle, they are specialty needle used on your stretchable fabric like t-shirt fabric, knit fabric. Because those fabric, knit or t-shirt fabric, they are not woven fabric. So when you use these needles, this needle has a rounded tip. You know, the tip of your needle, the tip of the needle, where it goes into the fabric, the tip of the needle is rounded. So it doesn't cut your fabric. So what it does is, it is designed to push the fabric fiber apart rather than splitting your fabric. So normal needles like this, when you're using on your woven fabric, it will split your fabric apart as it goes in. So if you use this kind of needle on your knit fabric, your stretchable fabric, your t-shirt fabric, that's why if we don't bother to change, sometimes we'll find holes on our t-shirt fabric. Yes, so that is why you need to use ballpoint needle, stretch needle, they are the same category, or jersey needle for sewing on stretch fabric. And for this category, they also have their numberings. If you notice this stretch one, they also have 90 and 14, the reading. So this is like a universal size. This is similar to this in terms of sizing, 90, 14, except that this one is a universal needle. This is for stretch fabric. See, these are same size. But for their function, is used different. This is on woven fabric. This is on stretch fabric. So I hope you understand. So there are three things that you need to understand from needles. One is the code, HA code, HA or 20 series, that's the code. And then the numbering, the readings on your needle. Yes. And then the next one is specialty needle on the type of fabric you use. So I hope this is helpful for you. So I want you to know that if you want to sew on stretch fabric, which I do have one tutorial on working with stretch fabric, making the panty, because panty needs to stretch so that it wraps around the torso of the person, the hip of a person. So for sewing panty, we will be using stretch fabric. So when you get that tutorial from me and my material pack, I have the material for you to make at least 2 panties. I will supply the stretch, the jersey fabric, jersey needle for you, as well as the lace that is used for making the panty. So if you are interested to know that and to work with stretch material, here actually in Malaysia, a lot of people love to wear stretch material, t-shirt material, because it's very comfortable. It stretches around you. And then the making of it, of the clothes with stretch material is different from the woven fabric, slightly different. Yes. So if you want to learn, so my approach to my course is graded. So I help you with small projects. When you can manage your small project, then only you make your bigger items. So start with small items. So I have introduced my course for working with the stretch material. I start off with making your hairband first. Headband or hairband for the head, stretch material, then making the panty. Yes. So then the largest project that I have for stretch material is the t-shirt. You can PM me and talk to me more about it if you want to learn from it. And I supply my material pack together with the gadgets for you to work well with a knit material. So this is how my course, my paid course works, where it guides you step by step. But I do not recommend that you start with knit fabric, because knit fabric to work with as a beginner, this is only the end part of my course. As a beginner, start off with woven fabric, because knit fabric is slippery and it's tricky to handle. So start off with cotton fabric when you start with your beginner learning course, so you can handle a firm, a sturdy fabric better. Yes. So if you really want to start off in sewing, want to talk, you want to talk to somebody about it, PM me, and we can talk about the course and how it can help you. Yes. So this is Janice signing off. Remember, measuring to fit help you get started on sewing with the sewing machine. I hope to clear some of the puzzle out of starting off in your sewing. So next week, I will be talking about presser foots. And one of the presser foot that is that is my favorite is this presser foot, which is the walking foot. Yes, and I will be talking about presser foot next week. So I'm signing off here, wishing you all the best and hoping that you will have a chance to be creative and to make something useful and helpful today. Yes, take care, stay safe.